And you get that voice, baby. Like theme music to play into this so I can like ride it out. And we both know when it stops. So I can start and I'll just be like, I'm about to dive in. Oh, not that. Done it once before where I did a drugstore haul on my channel, but then I wanted to do a review afterwards because I think it's more helpful than just hauling things that I bought and actually show like what did I like and what did I not like so that you can save your money for things that you do like. I'm going to be sharing with you from my last drugstore haul, which I believe was about a month ago. I was wearing a red lip. It's a trend. Probably should be stopped. So a month ago I had hauled things that I had bought over the last few months, and now I am on to share with you some of my thoughts on the things I bought, what is go buy, what is don't even go near, and any other insights that I have for you. So obviously I haven't been very well versed in how to just jump right into this, so here we go. I'm actually just going to start with what I would first start in my face. And this was the e.l.f. Now, it doesn't have on here at all, which I guess should actually be kind of alarming to me. Like, at all. What it is, what's in it, how to use it. This was the e.l.f. Luminous Matte Beautiful Bare Lift From Within Primer. It had a lot of claim. I really like this primer. Now, I, unlike the rest of many YouTubers here in the proverbial cloud, I do not have dry skin. I am the exact opposite of anything dry. I am Luminous Mountain of Oil. So this whole luminous matte thing intrigued me because I'm like, well, yes, I would love to be matte and luminous without looking like an oil spill, and that doesn't happen. Now, this primer is incredibly like moisturized. It's a moisturizer, essentially. So, literally, so one of the things I will say, water, you're not going to say, is literally almost coming out. Oil is honestly coming out of there. Now, I have not used this in a while, so you got to shake it up. I have very oily skin, but twice a year, I would say, over the last 4 years, I go through a month of incredible dryness in this area. I go from spilling oil out of my face to being incredibly dry, patchy, and flaky in this area. When I had bought this, like 2 weeks later, that ravenous dry mountain came about, and I started using this primer. I feel like it works just as well as my Soap and Glory primer, but only when I'm dry. I do not reach for this on my, like, now that I'm back, my skin's back to its normal state. I do not find myself reaching for this primer because I think of its moisturizing parts or feels like a moisturizer and looks like a moisturizer. We saw when I tried to squirt it out, literal oil was coming off of there. So it is a thick, moisturizing primer. So again, when I had the dry, and it does, it feels great. It did make my makeup stay, at least my work makeup, it stayed for the day. Nothing insane, but I didn't use it for those insane times. I do not reach for this on a daily basis. I will always reach for the Soap and Glory one over this one because of my needs. Now, if any morning that I am dry, or my skin doesn't feel like it was properly moisturized, I'm grabbing this. So just, if you're dry all the time, probably great for you. If you're like me and you're oily most of the time, this is a great for when you are having dry days or dry patches on your face. Next is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is in the shade Buff Bisque. I think I've used this a couple of times on my channel. I do like this foundation. I feel like you can hear the butt in my voice as soon as I'm saying this. I am not crazy about this shade. I know I could probably, I'll just go get another shade. I do mix this with foundations, other foundations, to make my perfect shade. And in all honesty, I do that with most foundations because I don't feel like any one foundation really matches my face that well. So I tend to mix in general. I did wear this on its own, and it wasn't that off of a color that I couldn't use it. I traveled with it and I wore it on work days, I wore it on going out days, and I feel like this foundation checked all the boxes I needed to. I don't think it exceeded my expectations of like any other foundation. Again, most of my foundations are drugstore, so I thought it was just as comparable to my other drugstore foundations. Now for the price, this would probably be a better match for some, because I believe this was $5.99, and some of my other foundations like my L'Oreal Pro Matte or my Maybelline Matte and Poreless are a little bit more expensive, so this might be more an option. It's does what it needs to foundation. There's nothing to like slap your grandmother. There's never probably time to do that. There's nothing to like make I don't know. I just wasn't wowed. It was really nice though. It just wasn't make me sit on this couch and do a dance or anything. So Wet n Wild photo focus on. I mean, I'm gonna use it. I feel like I just like left that acting like I wasn't gonna use this a lot. I'm just gonna move on. Okay, so I have a lot of concealers. So we can start with the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Concealer. Mine is in light medium. When I filmed that drugstore haul video, I had already used this once. I got it because it was light medium. I was tan then, obviously not tan now, and that's why I needed to use this. I do really like this concealer. I always feel like there's like that butt coming. I actually really like this concealer. It's very lightweight, and I would say it's very light coverage. I love using this to prime my eyes even still now, because it's more of just like a skin color instead of concealing or highlighting, but it's just very lightweight under the eyes, and it actually does make the under eyes look really nice. I think the only reason I'm not as big of a fan of this one is because there was another concealer I got in this haul that I'm obsessed with. It makes me love. But as far as just throwing, this is great for work to me. Great work concealer. Throw it on your eyes. Good to go. You know it's going to be good. It is not full coverage, but it's not enough coverage. So this is a great just on the go concealer. Next up is my baby. This is the NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer in the shade Light. I love this concealer. I think I've already talked about this just in my videos. Because I can't help it. I've used it a ton. I am obsessed with this concealer in so many ways. And I didn't think I would be, because one, I hate that it's in this type of tube, and then I have to put it on my finger, and that I have to dab it under my eye and my finger, and it takes long, and that means I can't use it all the time. But I would find myself later in the day looking in a mirror and like going real up close to my eye and being like, what? Why do you look so airbrushed? Why do you look like you got 8 hours of sleep last night? Tell me why. And it was this concealer. It just kept being this concealer, and it performed as well as my Urban Decay concealer, Tarte Shape Tape, and even more so, because I don't think I've ever looked and been like, thank you, under eyes, for bringing the party today. I love this concealer. It's the concealer I'm wearing right now. It's a thicker formula. It's a little bit goopy. It sucks to have to put around, like I use my finger and dot it around. It doesn't crease. I thought it was gonna crease. It is just, I love it. It is the shine of this haul. Well, kind of. I think it's why the other concealers, it was like not as much as this one. I would use this all the time if it was easier. If this was in like a tube, every day, without a doubt. Wear it, love it, eat it, breathe it, live in it, probably die. But this is a great full coverage concealer. Last and not least for concealers is the NYX Full Coverage Concealer, and this is in the shade Beige. Again, it was almost really hard for me to utilize this or want to reach for it when I had 2 other concealers to try, plus my other concealers. And this being in the pot is just like so hard to want to deal with, especially when you have nails. I think I tried to put it on my under eye twice and kind of gave up because I bought the e.l.f. concealer brush to like put it under. But because it is in the pot and the brush, like it was just like such a dry formula. I felt like I was tugging the under eyes a lot. I was going to use it with oil, and then when I did, then there's the whole thing of me being oily, and it was too much, and it was creating slippage, and the product wasn't staying. So I stopped kind of using it and stopped even trying for my under eyes. But what I did start doing, and this is only on like, I'll call it high glam days, like going out and I really want a snatched eye. I've been using this to carve out my eyebrow, which I don't typically do, but I don't know, last month when I was doing something going out, I would carve it out just to kind of sharpen up my eyebrows. And this is honestly perfect for that with e.l.f. concealer brush because of the formula, and you can just kind of carve out your under eye and brush it down. So I do like this concealer for that. And for fixing up my lip, it's good. Even maybe spot covering if you want to do that. I just don't recommend this for your under eyes. This is what I used to use. I thought this is show you how far you come in life. This is the concealer I used to use. I just don't like it for that purpose anymore. But again, I have been using it for my eyes. I previously talked about the NYX HD finishing powder, and this is in Banana. This was a restock for me. I had already used my last one up completely. I will say though, I have not even been reaching for this that much. I'm obsessed with my Coty Airspun powder way too much that I've been using this like sometimes, and I like it. True testament, it didn't break, just saying. Again, used it. It is great. I just, shame on me, I should probably be using it more just to get an idea of it. But again, I would tell you just in general, this is a great product. I will not stop with that. I've just been into the looser powders lately. I had gotten the e.l.f. setting powder in Soft Luminance. Still can't say it. Said I was nervous when I bought it because it had the shimmer in it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used this 1.5 times because I hated it. Because you put it on an eye and you have sparkles. And I don't want sparkles under my eye. Maybe other people do. I tried. Put it on an eye and I was like, no, I can't do it. I can see the glitter from here and it's gonna bother me. And I tried it again and again. I was going out and I was like, I cannot with the glitter under my eye. So for me personally, the e.l.f. Soft Luminous Translucent Setting Powder, or not even translucent, whatever it is, HD powder, 9. No. I understand that I bought the wrong product, so I will not talk too much, but I'm warning you, I guess. So not 9. Warning. This has shimmer. Glitter. If you don't want it under your eyes, don't do it. If you do, go for it. Next up is the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. I was trying to read the French on here. I bought this because I've decided that I don't need to do my eyebrows for work. That I should just comb through some sort of brow mascara so they just don't look like they're haphazard. It's working for me. I like it. Just unfortunately, this isn't. I had already owned the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, and I got the NYX one because I thought the wand, the very bottom wand, was going to be shorter. And because I'm always looking to try. So I was hoping this one would be shorter since the tube was smaller. Just to let you know that's misleading. This is the NYX one, and this is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. The L'Oreal wand is much shorter. I need that for my brows because my brows aren't really incredibly bushy. Like, they're there. They're not bushy. So the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, this was too big, especially if I was to do my tail, it would overtake the eye too much, so I couldn't use it. I couldn't be sloppy and messy like I wanted to, especially on the edge there. It's the whole thing. So I wasn't crazy about that, and I'm not that crazy about the product in here either. It was okay. I mean, I actually find the brow stylist just okay. I mean, it accomplishes what I want for work. That's all I can ask for. But this just, honestly, it's just the wand. That's the only true reason I don't like this. If it had the shorter wand, if it had a shorter one even than the L'Oreal, Magnifico. I can't speak any English, let alone another language. So just for me, it just didn't work. I'm actually probably going to see if anyone in my family wants this, or then just leave of it. I don't know why I can't speak. A product that I missed when I was going through how I do my face, but from the drugstore haul, was the Maybelline Master Camo by Face Studio. I've already done a video testing this out with the Wet n Wild Cushion color corrector. So this I do like. I like it. I think it worked as a great color corrector as well as the Wet n Wild one. My issues with this were it is so dark. It is such a concentrated color that it takes forever to blend out. You really have to watch with the edges of my eye, and that was kind of like more annoying to me than helpful. I didn't see that much of a difference with it to be like, yeah. I just don't think this is worth it. I think it's gonna be like a fade effect, a fad that's gonna fade if it hasn't already, and I'm just late to the game. So this was it did something, but it just didn't do enough for me to be like, please let me use it every day. Next up is the e.l.f. Blush and Bronzer Duo, and this is in St. Lucia. This was included in my dupes. I duped this for the NARS Laguna Hot Sand. I really like this combo. I specifically really only use the bronzer, in all honesty. The blush highlight thing is alright. I would probably use it more in the summertime than now because the coloring, I just don't seem to reach for it that much. Bronzer, I love. I have the bronzer on now. It's comparable, if not better to me than Laguna. So for that reason alone, I love this compact. I forgot about that deal of it, but love this compact. I would buy again, just for the bronzer. If you like the blush at all, that's just, to me, an extra point there because it's $6. So this just, again, in my dupe video, I talk about this. Packaging looks like it. So this was a great find buy. I reach for it almost every day too because it's a great bronzer. Last but not least is lips. So I'm going to start out with the two Milani lipsticks I got. Now I already know I love them. So many things are dropped. I already know I like the Milani matte lipsticks. I already have some. And that's why I was buying more of them. I keep finding them. Buy one 50% off, which makes me the most excited. So I got the colors Matte Luxe and Matte Blissful. They're very true to the bottom of them. I have worn Matte Luxe a lot because, is anyone surprised I wear red lips a lot? I have tried to wear Matte Blissful, and even before I filmed this video, I put it on. It's just not my kind of lip color, but I love it, and I bought it in the wrong time of year too. Like, I would love to try this when it is more springy because of the color it is. It's a lot more vibrant than I thought it would be. So I like the formula of these, so I'm gonna hold on to it for the spring when I'm trying to be adventurous in that way and see if with the right look and clothing, I don't know, and coloring of myself, if it looks better. Matte Luxe, love it. It's cute. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I would wear it more times than not. It's a red orange lip. Love red orange lips. Another brow product was the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Shape and Fill. This is in the shade Dark Brunette. This is very reminiscent to the Brow Definer. So, I don't like this. I don't like this, but I don't like the Brow Definer, so I should start there. I liked the Brow Definer when I first started using it, and then when it lost its shape, I didn't like it. And even when I try to reshape it, I don't know. I make it work when I don't have the brow whiz, but I'm not a fan of it. So I had bought this while I was still kind of figuring out I wasn't a fan of the brow definer. I just felt as though, like, I have to push hard. And I don't know. I'm not a fan. Just in general, not a fan. If you really like the brow definer, you may be a fan of this. Maybe if your brows are thicker. I think that's part of the problem too. My brows aren't thick enough to like have that shape and hold them. I need something smaller. So I was just not a fan of that. But I kind of, as soon as I got that when I was kind of already feeling about the brow definer that I've been using. So that just kind of sealed it. I personally am not a fan. If you like the ABH brow definer, you probably might as well give this a try. Honestly, it's probably not like bad for people who enjoy that. I just don't have luscious. And then last but not least were the L'Oreal Pro Matte Liquid Lipsticks. I think I liked these then. I think I'm going to use them. I am obsessed with these. I have 4 colors here. I believe I have bought 3 to 4 more. I wore these, a couple of these different shades, and went out all day, ate, drank, bowled, went to birthday parties, and stayed in a way that I could never have imagined, or probably have never had a liquid lipstick. People never ask me like the next day, what were you wearing and how did it stay like that? They just are on and you forget they're on and they stay on. It is on, like, mind-boggling to me, honestly. I wore the shade Cowboy for 10 hours and it stayed on and looks okay. And Cowboy's like a darker color. I've worn the grays. They stay. I'm like so surprised. They are a drying formula. I don't know what you expect. Liquid lipsticks are drying and they dry down. These are some of the best that I have encountered, and they don't feel, they're drying. I find most are. But the staying power and not worrying power of these, like, they don't, weirdly, when I drink things, do that little cat lip thing. They just are, they're there for the party. And so I'm obsessed with these. I've bought more. I want to buy all of them. I wish there were more colors. They are, like, probably my favorite liquid lip. Even though I'm kind of getting off of matte liquid lips right now, I'm not getting off of these. I am on these. So